Previously on Final Fantasy XVI. Our titular hero goes toe-to-toe with Barnabas. He ends up getting sliced into deli meat, and Joshua has to take him away. Jill stays behind to buy them some time, but ends up getting captured. After Clive heals up, the whole crew embarks on a journey to go save their ice princess. As the Enterprise cuts through the shimmering waters of the Naldea Narrow, our main crew is discussing strategy. A crewman informs us that they've spotted a ship.
She's ours!
Man, Mid wasn't kidding about the Enterprise being fast. Or I warrant Barney just let us catch up. He's got a little aura podium. We get it, dude. You're cool. Okay, watch him live up to his aura.
Great Gregos, gosh!
Woo, that was close. What? He can fly too? The Enterprise catches up and rams right up into the Black Galleon, giving Clive a chance to board it. And Black Barney just floats onto the Enterprise all casual-like. We're swiftly met with opposition as soon as we set foot on the planks of the Einherjar. When we make it to the top, we see
the Enterprise!
Off in the distance with fireballs exploding on its deck. Yo, are you trying to set the ship on fire? Fire plus wood equals you all sink to the bottom of the sea. Well, we finally reach the cells. There's our frozen damsel in distress. We pick her up and undo her cuffs. Barnabas gets bored and decides to kick things up a notch. This pressures Joshua to prime into the Phoenix, but it has little impact on the situation. And then Odin pulls this stunt. Move starboard. Move starboard! Dude doesn't even care that he destroyed his own ship. These two are completely fine somehow, although Jill is, understandably, pretty fatigued. So Barnabas shows up again to awaken Clive once more. This time, we actually get to fight him. But it's fairly short-lived. He starts charging one of those ultimate moves, and we have to press the attack. But there's just no way we can do enough damage in time, and we lose.
Light of hope severed.
Hey, at least you lasted longer this time. Now we have to listen to Big Barn talk again. And he won't shut up! He's all like, the icons are created to serve under Ultima. Only Mythos is powerful enough to wield the power of icons. Moses here unsplits the sea. And now we gotta hightail it out of here if we don't want to sleep with the fishes. I guess they made it out okay. They even started a fire. The two just have to wait for their friends to follow their trail. Oh, Torgal, close your eyes, boy! So obviously, these two don't end up doing anything naughty on screen. Clive is shooketh by what Barnabas said about his purpose being to serve Ultima. He's conflicted about his gift and wonders if he's done more harm than good.
Okay, I wanted to make my own
it's
video.
her niece.
I've spent
it's her niece.
Jill consoles Clive, telling him that he hasn't changed at all, that he's always been trying to save people. Then she offers to help.
So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Obviously, she's offering Clive Shiva's power.
If this is what you want, then...
As swirls of blue magic circle around them, it's as if the two are lost in their own world. I think using Clive's ability was a clever and classy way to symbolize their intimacy without being explicit. Much more restrained than a certain naughty dog's execution anyways. Then, finally, we get what we've all been waiting for.
I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
Woo! Our boy Clive finally got some! Nice. Atta boy Clive! All those years of holding restraint finally paid off. The morning after, they spot
The prize!
sailing towards them. Jill asks if they're going to follow Barney, and Clive says no, that they have something they have to do first. Okay? Why not? You guys are already in Ash, right? So just go after him. What could you possibly have to do now more than follow him? So Clive was just dying to get back home and talk to Otto. He gives him the latest updates and then wants to talk to Joshua. So we go to the infirmary where he's being a little diva about losing.
The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas.
Psh, diva.
You will be returning to WALOED soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
What? What the hell did we come back for if we were gonna go straight the flip back? I really can with this game. I really don't understand the pacing decisions that they're making.
It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose.
What about the freaking place you guys pulled up into last time?
And I have an idea who might know of one.
The professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
No! The game just loves jerking me around and wasting time, doesn't it? Fine, go talk to Vivian. See what she says.
You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, mate?
Why the frick did you take me away from this place, you father? Did the game just make us frickin' leave to go through all this senseless frickin' conversation to go back to the same frickin' place? Frick! Seriously, this whole section could have been cut. Just have the ship pull up, the gang regroup, boom, back in the same place in a whole hell of a lot less time. What is the point of coming back? I think we spent enough time back at the hideaway. We're going to Ash. It's just us boys this time. Gav goes on ahead to find a good route. In the meanwhile, we witness the pinnacle of Rossfield Diva in action.
There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, she understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own. How dare you make her choose?
Okay, let's back the heck up. Was it not you that decided to contain Ultima all by yourself for years? To the point you cough up all your organs just from walking like 5 steps. Chill, Joshua. This scene honestly took me by surprise when I first saw it. I know there were some hints to Clive wanting to shoulder the burden on his own, but outside of Clive wishing he could be stronger so his friends didn't have to sacrifice so much of their life, I don't think he really acted out on his own in a way that was overly selfish and reckless. 4 times out of 5, he didn't even have a choice. I think our fiery little redhead is being a bit overreactive and hypocritical. And a big-time diva! Let's be real, Joshua just wanted an excuse to punch Clive. Finally, we get to see the land of WALOED. Most of Ash is just run-down buildings and rocky terrain. There's honestly not much to see. Now's a great time to test Shiva's abilities. Her iconic feat is Cold Snap. Pressing circle once allows Clive to dodge in any direction. Pressing it twice will allow you to freeze an enemy in place. Timing it right as an enemy attacks will increase the potency and range of the freeze. Ice Age sends forward a spike of ice in a line. You can charge this move to increase its potency. Mesmerize shoots out ice projectiles that draws in whatever it hits closer to you. It can be used in mid-air. Rhyme shoots forward an persisting ice attack. Whoever gets caught up in it will sustain damage. And Shiva's ultimate is Diamond Dust. Clive freezes everything around him, then slams his sword into the ground, bringing up spikes of ice. Ash has got that Stillwind vibe, lots of dead trees and marshes. Eventually, we see a bridge. We cross it to get to the town of Eistla. It appears to be empty, but we're soon visited by a Kashik. Dude, that was my kill! After disposing of all the Akashic, we're visited by a special guest. He's here to stop us from progressing. How is he this powerful? Other icons can just, shoot magic blasts, but Odin can create objects from nothing and create force fields? And he can fly? And he has his own horse? Seems like Ultima favored one icon, no? Having succeeded in what he came to do, he bounces. After a nice stroll through these forsaken lands, we see Reverie off in the distance. Wow, nice tower.
Sure, it's big enough, but look at the location.
Unfortunately, it's not all that interesting or unique. It just looks like another fallen ruin with the same doors and the same elevators. All you do is keep going up, 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 until you get to the top. We finally reach the tippy-tip top. Now all we gotta do is go have a chat with Barnabas about taking down that barrier. Let's get this over with. So Odin as an icon fight is terrible. You don't even get to fight him. There's one cinematic clash and the rest is just cutscenes. What the hell? He was just standing there. He had 12 business days to dodge. Barnabas as a boss fight is excellent. It's one of the most chaotic fights in the game. He throws so many moves at you, and you have to find the right time to attack him. One too many slip-ups, and it could all be over. At long last, we best this Ultima maniac. This Ultimaniac, if you will. Clive believes it was his will that won, but Barnabas says otherwise. Dodge, Clive! Thank freaking goodness he finally learned. Oh, right through the armor. Oh, he's still alive. Nice Joshua impression.
Perhaps there is...
Dude, just shut up already. You're supposed to be dead. We're about to find out, though, why he said Ultima won.
I promised that I would make you presentable. We shall
Okay, just kick him off. And just kick him off? Clive, just kick the man off. You use your sword. Use an icon power. Do something.
become one with God.
No.
No, my ass, dude. 100%. You could have done something to prevent this instead of just standing there like a clueless idiot, jerking your leg around like it's asleep. See? Thank you. That's all it took.
Tell me, how does it feel?
Our divine peeping Tom reveals his voice just to tell Clive that his body will soon be his. And then Clive throws a little tantrum. Oh, he is pissed. With Odin defeated, the barrier is lifted, which means we can now head for the capital. Clive makes it back to Eistla. We journey through more desolated lands until we reach a gate leading up to a huge, heavily guarded wall. The perfect time to test our abilities as Odin. The main draw of using Odin is filling the Zantetsukan meter. You activate Arm of Darkness by pressing circle, and then attacks will charge the meter. Then you can hold attack and let go to unleash the Zantetsukan. The higher the charge, the greater the attack. The move you just saw is Gungnir. Clive whips out a spear and flails it around, which greatly charges the Zantetsukan. Heaven's Cloud allows Clive to zip around, striking multiple enemies while charging the meter. The ultimate is Dancing Steel, which is essentially a combination of Gungnir and Heaven's Cloud. Clive dances around all the enemies and racks up the meter incredibly quick. I saved Rift Slip for last as it's a tricky move to use. It's essentially an iframe cancel that allows you to repeat movements you usually can't, and slow down time to give you a bigger window for long winding attacks. On its own, it does nothing. What the heck? Off in the distance is Drake's Spine in the capital city of Stonehyrr. Ayo, we finna make it to Stonehurr. After a short hike forward, we're met with a formidable block in our path.
That's a behemoth. Stand back.
Wow, good job! You deflected one fireball! Well, they slay the beast and they march forwards towards Drake's Spine. Eventually, we make it to a courtyard with a never-ending stream of Akashic. Thankfully, shows up with some backup. Whoa! Whoa! Dia, look over here! Ah, that beautiful smile! With their help, we stop the hordes. Drake's Spine is just through this door. As the doors open, Ultima is standing there, already waiting for us.
Sons of fire.
Looks like he wants a more private meeting. When we wake up, we're not in Stonehyrr anymore. If we want to get out of here, we'll have to get to Ultima first, so let's play his dumb little game.
If you are to comprehend the full extent of your transgressions, we must go back to the beginning.
Can you just tell me? Like, why do you say all that and then warp away? So we get Ultima's story. In the beginning, Ultima blessed the world with magic. However, it created a darkness over it, and he couldn't figure out how to stop it. In order to find salvation, he had to find a new world, untainted by this darkness. And it was then he found the perfect place.
A land as pure as driven snow. Valisthea.
So I guess this move only delayed the blight since, as we know, it's sort of baked into the existence of magic. Ultima's solution was to create a new world. All of humanity could live in this blightless land if they only forfeited their will and served Ultima.
To forge a new world would require not only power, but a constitution strong enough to wield it.
Ah, now it makes sense why he needs a mythos.
Untouched by the blight, Valisthea was replete with ether, and we had only to place jewels in her crown to claim it. Acquiring the second, however, demanded creativity. And so I cast forth the seeds of humanity.
You created us.
Is that not what gods do?
He's got a point. Ultima continues on, saying that now that his plan was secure, he went into a slumber. But that was a mistake.
For it was as we slept that man committed his greatest sin. he awoke.
Thus, the will of man was born. So, there's the full story. The existence of Mother Crystals, the Blight, Mythos, the Akashic, it was all a part of Ultima's design for a paradise. Ultima finally appears for good, and he finishes his long-ass talk by saying Clive is the key to saving Valisthea and all of humanity.
It is what you were born to do. Why we nursed you and fed you, as your own mother should have.
Oh, okay, that's low. Clive obviously doesn't agree with a drop of what Ultima said. Ultima doesn't really care though, since humanity and Clive were all created to wipe everything away and start a new slate, especially after defying their creator. Y'all have exchanged enough words. It's time to exchange fists. Oh, that's a cool design. Let's show him what the will of man can do.
Bow down, offenders, hearts be stained.
Let's show him what the will of man can do.
Your fate is inexorable.
Oh, that is so sick!
The vessel unto the darkness.
It seems it was just a test of our strength, and Ultima is pleased. He does some kind of Jedi mind trick, and we wake up somewhere else. It's filled with our friends and family speaking to each other.
Tell me, Clive, how many lives have you saved since taking my name?
Fewer than we have ruined. Wherever we go, we leave a sea of tears in our wake.
These are the wages of your will, son.
So Ultima is using the people in Clive's memory to convince him to let go of his will. Eventually, Clive is shown the burning ashes of his homeland. However, a familiar voice tries to snap us out of it.
Remember who you are.
Just then, a wild Ultima appears. He suggests that Clive may have manifested Joshua in this supposed closed-off space with the power of will alone. They fuse together into Ifrit's risen form and blast away Ultima. After he singe his ass, the game cuts to Drake's spine smashed to bits of crystal. Ultima says their true power is in a place called Origin. He appears above Twinside and starts monologuing. Ether starts flying in towards that spire, and then the land just starts rising out of the water. So, you want us to get up there? Could it be any easier? Clive and Joshua get transported back, and he sets sail back to the hideaway. Joshua is outside, getting some air, and we approach him. They both go over the weight of the situation, how much is at stake, and what they're fighting for. Dion joins the brothers and offers to fly them all to Origin as Bahamut. Clive wants to talk to Jill, so let's head to our quarters. He gets all serious, saying things like he's making sure she understands the gravity of the situation, which, of course she does. It's really just a preemptive goodbye because he knows it could go either way at Origin, but they make a promise that they'll see each other again. So, as much as I want to finish the main story, this is actually the moment where we can start the DLC. However, in order to even see these extra quests pop up, we need to complete a handful of side quests. Specifically, these 4. Once you complete these side quests, you'll see some new special colored quest markers. Final Fantasy XVI has 2 pieces of DLC, Echoes of the Fallen and The Rising Tide. I'm going to start with Echoes of the Fallen as it was initially released first. So we talk with Lady Karen to find out there's a new kind of crystal that's been going around. They're known as Dusk Crystals, but there's something shady about them. They break after only a few uses, and they're purple to boot. As these two are talking, a quake shakes the whole hideaway. We cut to somewhere. There's a couple men mining Dusk Crystals. The whole area shakes, and the leader of the group, Famiel, drops his lantern. He grabs a Dusk Crystal, and we see firsthand just how cruddy these shards are.
All that work for a single spark. That sounded close, Chief. Really close. Now, lads, what am I always telling you? Good things come to those who run!
He's fun. Don't worry, we'll be seeing these goobers again soon enough. Oh snap. And here we go! We are back at the hideaway. Clive initially thinks maybe they missed a mother crystal, but the shoddy nature of these crummy crystals warrants some extra suspicion. After some investigation, we come to the conclusion that these may perhaps be the product of their fallen ancestors. Karen gives us the sample she's obtained and points us towards Porte Isolde, telling us that's where she got it. So our three Rosarians take a visit to their home turf to find out more. And wouldn't you know it, right as they get there, they run across the three punks who were mining crystals. Small world. We chase after them, but they keep slipping away. Long story short, we track them down to the source of the Dusk Crystals, which is this giant tower called the Sage Spire. So the Spire as a level is pretty unremarkable. It's just another dungeon inside a fallen ruin where you go straight and fight wave after wave of enemies. But it looks and sounds stunning. And there's a slew of pretty decent mini-boss encounters, like this one.
Good things, lads, good things! Chief!
In between, we get a bit of lore on the tower and the Dusk Crystals. Apparently, the Fallen have found a way to create their own crystals by harvesting living creatures and using their life force to produce ether. Where this ether gets stored is, you might have guessed, their very own homegrown Mother Crystal Heart. After lots of fighting and elevators, we reach this chamber where the heart is. Walking into this area triggers the security system.
Initializing Iconoclastic Defense System, Omega-1.
What the hell is an iconoclastic defense system? I've a feeling we're about to find out.
We awaken Omega, and oh man. He's actually not so bad. In his first phase. It's really just a warm-up because the real fight doesn't start until now. Hot damn! When a boss pulls you into another dimension, or whatever the heck this is, you know it means business. Omega packs a punch. You don't want to get hit by it because it will hurt. The biggest challenge fighting Omega was in how fast it moves around. You really want to be on top of those dodges, so you gotta be quick with your reflexes. The rest of the fight is a chaotic dance of lasers and dodging. Until we get it to initiate its ultimate move. And let me tell you, I was sweating to beat him down before he unleashed it. Holy hell, I was doing everything I could to stop him. The desperation I felt was immense. Dodging all his laser beams, using Torgal to heal and stay alive, unleashing my icon abilities every chance I got. It truly felt like a super boss. With Omega destroyed, we can now smash that crystal. Faniel appears one last time, pleading Clive to stop, as his tribe of people have depended on these crystals for generations. Clive gives his Cid spiel on why it's gotta go, but also notes that if other people, like Sanbreque, find out about this place, then they'll just lay claim to it anyways. This convinces Faniel to back off, letting Clive do his job. We go back to the hideaway and share everything with Karen and Hippocrates. The echoes of the fallen done. Let's go tackle the rising tide. When we get to our quarters and check our fan mail, we'll notice a letter that's unmarked. It says Leviathan's dominant needs help, and that if we're interested in hearing more, to visit the Vale in Northreach and seek out a Layla. When we reach the Vale, there she is. We bring up the letter and she directs us to the coast on the outskirts of the town. There we find the true source of the letter, a silver-haired warrior woman named Shula. The Motes of Water are apparently the tribe that Leviathan was born into, noted by their Joshua, if you'll help me out?
A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair.
Thank you. Shula says she's heard about Cid's reputation for dealing with unruly dominance, and that's why she seeked him out. So it's off to Mysidia. As we're traveling on the seas, Shula gives us a heads up.
We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes.
That was...
Clive, the sky.
Oh. The sky is blue. The sky is blue. The goddamn sky is blue! Well, that was a nice boat ride. We get off, and now we'll have to walk a good distance to reach the village. As we reach the other side of the mountain, we get a full view of Shula's home.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
Oh, wow. Mysidia is my favorite location in all of Final Fantasy XVI for the beautiful landscape, the intriguing landmarks, and this god-tier level of music.
It's beautiful, Shula.
Finally, we reach the town. Shula tells us that in Mysidia, all matters of importance are discussed in that building. It's called the Witten Hall. Here, Shula gives us more information. The dominant's name is Waljas, and this man is...
He's no man. Waljas is still a baby.
Excuse me, what?
Forgive me, but you said that the dominant and his icon were bound inside the Surge almost a century ago. That would surely make him older still.
It would, if he'd been allowed to age.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, what? Are you saying we're doing a Boy in the Iceberg? Okay. So to summarize, Waljas is the dominant of Leviathan. He's not a man, but a baby. And this town's ancestors were going to misuse Leviathan's powers, so in an act of self-defense, it summoned a catastrophic tidal wave. So, in order to stop it, the ancestors froze baby Waljas in place. With time? Okay, I'm hooked. This story is wet. We travel along this path to make our way towards the wave. As we're walking along, we see wrecked ships in the forest?
Shula, how did these ships come to be here?
What do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Really, brother, did you have to ask?
Alright, chill. I was talking to Shula. Okay? Okay, so this is a new enemy introduced with this DLC. These are Tonberries, and they're so cute! They're not at all challenging, but I just like looking at them.
Oh no! Help me!
We finally reach the wave, and wow, this looks stunning. Oh, there he is! Aang! Waljas! So Clive steps forward and does his thing. But Waljas isn't very happy. He summons a fragment of himself and attacks the group. It's not particularly strong though, and we put it down easily. Joshua urges Shula to free him from time, but she says it's not that simple and that she'll explain more back at the village. So we return to the Witten Hall. Shula brings her attention to a tapestry and gives us a history lesson. To keep things short, the ancestors of the Motes came across the ability to make their own Mother Crystal Heart. Sounds familiar. But we know that the Dusk Crystals are inferior, so Mysidia's ancestors wanted to sacrifice Waljas and his icon to use the ether stored within him to create their Mother Crystal. And regarding the part about stopping time, there was a witch who lived in Mysidia back in the day. She was essentially a prisoner of war and was forced to create a spell that would stop time. Not only did her research take a toll on her body, she was also exiled to Mysidia, where the Motes took care of her until the end of her days. She ended up teaching them the spell to continue her legacy. The source of the spell that binds Waljas is in a place called the Air of Hours. We have to traverse through a bunch of ruins to get to it. On the way there, we even run into a poison variant of the giant lizard boss. It spits out purple gum bubbles! Good time to go over Leviathan's abilities. His iconic feat is Serpent's Cry. Clive's arm turns into a giant serpent and you can shoot out water blasts. Make sure you refill though, or you'll end up shooting nothing but air. Abyssal Tear sends out this orb that charges up over time or with precision dodges. When it's all charged up and you use it, it releases out a bunch of little water blasts. Deluge is like a machine gun where you shoot out water rapidly. With Crosswell, Clive brings a line of water bubbles inwards. Tsunami does, well, just that. You unleash a tsunami on the enemy. The group enters the air and wow, everything is just frozen in time. Eventually we reach the time device, but the Time Guardian stands between us and our goal. After we make dust of it though, Shula and Jill use their strength to weaken the time beam laser? Alright, we're set to go see WALOED.
Free once more.
Ultima is here too? He just blabbers on about how Leviathan is a tainted icon and that we should redeem it. And then, Leviathan wakes up. Clive volunteers to go fishing, and he's determined to make a big catch. We make our way towards the tide. As we get close to it, Waljas throws a little tantrum.
Enough!
And then we see Leviathan. Alright, Clive, we're gonna go home and make some sushi out of him.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
We start fighting Leviathan inside the whirlpool water tornado. He's kind of annoying though, because he keeps running away. When we knock him into a second phase, he ends up changing the arena. Leviathan is pretty aggressive, but it's nothing we can't handle. That is, until this part. Okay, alright, I got this. Yeah, come on, Clive. You can do it. Did I do it? Did I do it? No?
No. The village. Garuda will be proud.
Good lord. He is really, really angry.
Warriors! Warriors! How long can he keep this up? If that's what you want.
After a long endurance of a battle, we finally put Leviathan back to sleep. As we land back to the ground, we see Waljas floating towards us. Finally, after over 100 years, Waljas is free. The gang catches up with us, and Shula is frantically asking where Waljas is. We reunite the two together, and Shula is speechless. So, we all head back to the village. Waljas is now sleeping in his crib, and Clive and Shula make an alliance. Rising tides over. I think this is actually my favorite piece of content for the game. The story here is so personal, and I love how it ties into Echoes of the Fallen. One last thing I wanted to call out is a fun little Easter egg. We're met by a surprise guest. It's Famiel from Echoes of the Fallen.
So you do remember me, even stripped of my cunning disguise? I'm touched.
When he said his people needed the crystals, he was talking about the motes of water. Alright, let's go kick Ultima's ass. That's our way in. Bahamut flies into the opening, and we get a nice view of Origin. As we're enjoying the sights, Ultima shows up. He's keen on claiming his prize so he can go forward with his plan. But our boys have learned the ways of defiance and shall no longer put up with the shackles of tyranny. It's a pretty great fight with solid choreography, but I do wish it was an actual fight instead of just a movie. I feel dumb just sitting here pressing square every like 40 seconds and everyone on screen is shooting laser blasts, flying around and punching each other.
This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Oh, good night. The Phoenix tries to stop the energy blast, but Bahamut flies in to take his place. Dion tells him to go find Clive, and he gives it everything he's got trying to hold Ultima back. In an act of self-sacrifice, the Prince of Sambrek fires his last Mega Flare and drops into the Abyss of Origin.
Now, Father, it is done.
We cut to a giant hole somewhere. He really got tucked away with one punch? Joshua uses some of his healing magic to bring Clive back. Clive stands up and offers Joshua a hand.
I told you, I'll be...
Yeah, sure. There's only one direction, so we slowly walk forwards. So Emo Mads continues on to say that with the ether he's collected, he's going to awaken his kin to bring forward that new age.
This was never about creation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Okay, so the revelation here is that Ultima is a self-centered manipulator. It's always been about his survival.
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
What? You mean to tell me that each Mother Crystal heart was a part of Ultima? And we set them free? Holy hell.
Welcome home, brother.
Uh-oh.
Joshua.
What the hell? This next part is heart-wrenching.
Clive.
Don't speak.
Shh. Shh. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
The absolute anguish in Clive's voice. Ben Starr is an absolute powerhouse of a voice actor. Joshua uses the last of his strength to tell Clive why he must fight.
So driven by his own will alone that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself.
In a final act of sacrifice, Joshua gives him something that will make him an equal to Ultima. Prepare to cry.
With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. I have always been proud to call you my shield. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother.
Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien!
Seeing a full-grown badass like Clive whimpering like a baby over his brother's death, it creates such a powerful emotional knot.
And thus does the final piece fall into place.
I feel for Clive so much right now. However, Ultima is not as compassionate. He just wants to claim his vessel. Without a choice, Clive puts aside his grief to end things once and for all.
On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Shield of Rosaria for life, bitch!
Break. But it can be broken, and I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it.
When we drain his full health bar, Ultima is dumbfounded by how strong we are. This pisses him off, and then he primes into his icon form. It's a good fight full of visual spectacle. I also love hearing the orchestral rendition of that Typhon fight music. Ow, 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 ow! After a long fight, we knock him out of his icon form. Ultima is so confused.
How is this possible? No. No.
The heck is he doing? They're like dancing fairies! Buy your tickets to Ultima on Air at the Origin Theater today. Watch he, him, and himself pull magical stunts captivating your heart with a performance of a lifetime. To order 2 tickets to this life-changing show for $29.99, call 1-800-ULTIMAS. Yes, that's 2 tickets for only $29.99. Must be 18 years or older to call. This is his final form, Ultimalius. He got, I guess, a helmet? He really doesn't look that different.
Earth unyielding.
Titan!
Give him hell, Clive!
Light undying.
Muhammad! That's my boy!
That's my boy! Ultima will eventually be forced to break out his true strength, definitely my final form, Ultra Instinct Uncut! In a last-ditch effort to best Clive, Ultima calls upon the power of the Phoenix. But Clive shows that he can wield it better. I don't know if that was just peak voice acting, or if they just recorded Ben Starr actually getting burned, but that's gotta be like the hottest sound a video game character has ever made. Clive tells Ultima to sit down, but he just can't let Clive win. He's literally on his last legs and barely able to throw a punch. We just wail on him, proving that he's just an Ultimalius. And then, Clive breaks out the best comeback in the entire game.
The world you seek is but a fantasy!
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
Oh, what a throw! Oh, you went right through him!
Fatality. I said, it's over!
Oh, cinematic clash! Mash that square button! Come on, Clive! Ew, he got ugly again. With his dying breath, Ultima asks Clive what he thinks will happen to this world now that he's won its freedom. To which Clive replies, I don't know, probably nothing but hardship and pain. Ultima asks why he fought so hard for a world like this, and he just says,
it's who we are.
And essentially explains their humanity. And then Clive slurps him up. With the battle won, Clive comes back to a dose of reality. He tries using that healing magic he got from the Phoenix on Joshua, but there isn't an immediate noticeable effect. Clive chalks it up to him not being a powerful enough vessel, even after absorbing Ultima. Then he cooks a rather questionable choice. He wants to destroy this mother of all mother crystals in an effort to erase everything Ultima's magic has created. He uses all the magic he can muster to light it up and sends out an enormous beam into the heavens. The crystal surrounding Origin crumbles into the night sky, revealing that the floating landmass is, surprisingly, still intact. We cut to a shoreline, and the credits? What happened to Clive? He can't just be gone! Oh, wait, there he is. He's alright! Get your ass back to the hideaway, you hero! His fingers are looking a little pale. He reaches into the sky and tries mustering out some magic, only for it to be revealed that the curse is traveling up his... Why isn't it stopping?
Can he say it, Jill?
Oh, come on! He can't be dead, right? Right? God, we're back at the hideaway? Go back! Jill is there as well. She looks outside and notices something in the sky. Media's red light goes dark, and it's all too clear what that means.
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart.
She and Torgal lament Clive's fate, sending out wails of sorrow into the dark sky. But as the sun comes up, Jill's demeanor changes to that of a smile.
And thus did our journey end.
Wow. I have so many mixed feelings right now about everything. Before I get into my thoughts though, there's a post-credits scene I want to touch on. We flash forward to some undefined moment in time. A couple of kids are collecting firewood to start a fire, and they're using rocks to spark the wood? Oh damn! Magic is just gone from this world! What? Joshua? Okay, so the ending. I am very split with it. I refuse to believe that Clive is dead. It just goes against everything that the narrative builds up to, even during the final moments when Joshua tells Clive that he must endure for the sake of the people who put their faith in him. How the heck is he supposed to help people if he's a stone mannequin? He said it himself, this world is gonna be in chaos. There's still work to be done, man. You left it all for Jill and gang. The final choice just feels like it goes against everything he stood for. I want Clive to be alive, damn it. Final Fantasy XVI is truly a masterpiece at times. Breathtaking visuals, beautiful music, compelling characters, writing that conveys deep emotions with just expressions. I could keep going. But it's ultimately brought down in quality by the weaker parts like the repetitive quests, extra bloat to the story, poor pacing, basic systems, the UI throwing up all over the screen, and the streamlining of exploration and traveling. For a game that presents itself with such cinematic excellence and realism, it's also one of the most gamey and outdated experiences I've played. And that's why Final Fantasy XVI is one of the worst masterpieces I've ever played. Whether you were here watching these videos because you love the game or you hated it, I hope you were entertained. I made these videos because Final Fantasy XVI struck a chord with me, and I wanted to share the magic I felt playing through it for the first time. As the Firebird's flame burns forevermore within Clive's heart, so does Final Fantasy XVI burn ever brightly in mine. And thus did my journey end.